Snowballs.
Welcome to Snowballs. This is our baseball off-season show. We're just starting. I'm Anton Cantwell.
And I'm Fergus Baumann.
So first we're going to go around the horn with the list of transactions that have already been made. Top transactions, and we're going to move onward. Fergus?
Okay, so our top transaction, I'm sure we're not going to get a lot of argument from anybody, is the Adrian Gonzalez deal that the Red Sox recently made with the Padres for 4 top prospects. So what do you think the Red Sox are getting in Adrian Gonzalez?
They're getting a guy who hits for power. He's a run producer. He's a great hitter. And he's probably in the prime of his career because he's 28. He's had some outstanding offensive seasons. If pressure isn't an issue, which it might be, because San Diego was a small market team by the measures of Boston. It'll be interesting to see how he does with the media pressure in Boston. But
do you think it would have been less risky for the Red Sox to take the safe route and sign Adrian Beltre, who they know can produce based on his numbers in 2010, as opposed to going out and taking a guy who's played his whole career in San Diego?
Well, that is a great question. The thing about Adrian Beltre, what they often say is that he only produces in contract years, and if you look at his years with with Seattle, he was great. He signed that gigantic deal. He really kind of struggled there, and that might have been the ballpark. But he signed a monster deal. He was great with the Dodgers in 2004 before he signed the deal with them. And then he really struggled, through his entire career with Seattle. And then he signed a 1-year deal with the Red Sox, and he was great. So I think teams who are looking to sign Beltre should keep that in mind. I think the Red Sox still have a chance of re-signing Beltre. But obviously it's a great move to get Adrian Gonzalez. His numbers offensively were great at San Diego, which is at Petco Park, which is a notorious pitcher's park. He's had 40 home run seasons, 300 batting average, 100 plus RBI seasons. I think it's a good deal. What about you, Fergus?
Well, I couldn't agree more. I see. I don't think the Red Sox really have any more room for Adrian Beltre at this point, as they're going to shift Youkilis to third base to make room for Gonzalez at first. What he is more than Beltre is a looming force. So he's going to be either good protection for Youkilis, or Youkilis is going to be good protection for him.
Right.
So whoever hits in the number 3 hole for the Red Sox next year is going to get a lot of good pitches to hit. Probably going to be Gonzalez, as it's his first year, and he'll probably put up great numbers due to that. That is what happened with Mark Teixeira when he signed with the Yankees. So we'll probably see that happen in Boston this year.
Yeah. Moving on, we're going to go to Jason Worth, who shocked the baseball world and signs a massive contract with the Washington Nationals. And I believe it was $127 million, 7-year deal. I don't know if I'm a big fan of this trade.
I don't think anybody in the baseball world, other than Jason Worth and the Washington Nationals, looks at this as anything but a retarded decision.
Yeah.
On all accounts.
I mean, the guy is a great player, no doubt. But I think he's not an MVP player, in my opinion. He's not someone who's worth $127 million. I think it's interesting that the Nationals decided to make a big splash. I think they were looking to make a statement. I think they believe that this is going to be the guy that is going to help him transition into a contender for years to come. But overall,
not going to happen. I mean, you're talking about an above-average player, obviously.
Yeah.
Here's a guy who's going to get you above 20 home runs. He's going to hit you in the at least high 200s and get you close to 100 RBIs. But that's not going to carry a team. For the kind of deal the Nationals gave Jason Worth, it's
Yeah.
not going to translate into the wins that they're looking for if they're looking to be a big market
Right.
team.
I mean, I don't think that they're one player away from becoming a World Series contender.
And
or even a playoff contender.
In losing Adam Dunn, Jason Worth is going to, at best, replace Adam Dunn's bat with maybe a little more. Maybe.
Maybe a higher batting average, probably. But
and
home
the
runs,
Nationals could have had Adam Dunn for much cheaper.
But that moves us on to Adam Dunn.
That's a great segue.
Signing he signs a deal with the Chicago White Sox. I think this is a great deal for the White Sox. It's a pretty small ballpark, U.S. Cellular Park. I think that Adam Dunn could potentially hit 50 home runs there. He's batting with a great offensive team, a team that has pretty good pitching, but has really underperformed, past few seasons. But I think in a general sense, Adam Dunn is going to be great with the White Sox. What do you think?
He's definitely going to have a great 2011 season. It's going to be a lot of pop. That lineup is going to be dangerous with the addition of Paul Konerko. They re-signed him. It's going to be a powerhouse lineup. If you guys weren't sick of hearing White Sox broadcaster, the Hawk Harrelson,
you can
screaming,
put it on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
Well, I think you're going to probably be hearing that a lot next year. I think White Sox fans, I don't know if I feel sorry for you or feel happy for you, but anyway, I think it's a great deal for the White Sox.
This guy is a 40 home run machine. 2005 through 2008, he hit exactly 40 home runs every year.
That's really a model of consistency. I mean, you know what you're getting when you sign this guy. Anyway, we're going to move on to Javier Vasquez, who signs with the Florida Marlins.
1 year deal. It's gonna be definitely an up year for Vasquez. But here's a guy who can't really handle the pressure that comes with playing for the New York Yankees. You saw him have disastrous years both times he played for the New York Yankees, 2004 and 2010. But the year before he signed with the Yankees for the second time, he was a Cy Young candidate with the Atlanta Braves, and now he's moving back to that division in the Florida Marlins under much less pressure. I see him having an up year as he dwindles his career down.
I agree. Kurt Schilling even, I mean, he said that the guy is a National League pitcher, and I think it's agreed upon by most baseball people. His numbers in the NL are much better, and he's also better in low market teams with not a whole lot of pressure. Atlanta, I mean, it's a big city, but it's not a big market like New York or Boston or Philadelphia. He's not going to have as much pressure. I think the ballpark is friendlier to pitchers in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that worries me is that according to Fangraphs, his average fastball velocity has been declining for the past 4 seasons. Last year it was 88. I think in 2009 it was 90.
So we're going to move on to Juan Uribe, who signed a deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Pulling off a Johnny Damon, as many Red Sox fans may remember. But I think it's a pretty good deal for the Dodgers, except for the fact that they're paying a guy who's clearly a veteran a 3-year deal for $21 million. I'm a little worried. I think they're kind of overpaying for him. Most of his best month of the year has historically been September. So that might be a little deceiving. Anyway, next on we're going to go on to Troy Tulowitzki signing a 10-year extension with the Colorado Rockies. Fergus, what do you think about this deal?
I think it's a little excessive. 10 years is a lot for any player. You don't know what could happen as far as career-changing injuries. 10 years is a lot of years. We're talking about 2020 when this guy's contract is going to be up. So they have him for his career. But I do understand where the Rockies are coming from on this deal. They know that Tulowitzki is going to be a guy they want to base their team around. Right. So they in the future when they're looking to sign free agents, they want to have a clear-cut idea of where their payroll is going to be. And you could think way into the future. Tulowitzki could definitely improve, become a real superstar shortstop.
Yeah.
And once, for instance, when it gets to the point where, say, Derek Jeter retires, and they're in competition with the Yankees in the offseason to re-sign Tulowitzki, that might not work out. So it's good that they secure it now. They made a very similar deal to the Twins with Joe Mauer, and what I think the Cardinals should probably do with Albert Pujols.
I agree.